So, hello everyone. Good evening to all. Just confirm me once that my voice is audible and this PDF file is visible to you. Okay. So, let's start our discussion. Day 6 GST Comprehensive Course. Okay, sir. Thank you for your response in the chat box. Now, in our last session, we have covered certain specific things related to the term supply. Supply includes sale, exchange, barter, transfer, lease, rental, disposal, agreed to be disposal. And we have covered that this supply term is very important because this is the base of GST. This is the trigger point of GST for a consideration in the course or furtherance of business. But if no consideration, in that case, we have a list of activities and transactions. And if those activities and transactions are not for consideration, in that case also the same will be treated as supply. In that case, we have covered that is transfer of business assets, disposal of business assets. Second, principal and agent. Third one is distinct person related party, and fourth point is import of services. Also, we have covered that in case of there is certain activity or transaction which is not course or furtherance of business but for a consideration, that is import of services. That means if there will be any import of services which is not related to in the course or furtherance of business, but you have taken that the services and paid the consideration, in that case, yes, GST will be applicable. And as we all know, in case of import, the reverse charge mechanism will be applicable. So whenever we'll check the books of accounts of our client and we found any foreign exchange related transactions, we just need to ask that, sir, there is any import of services? If yes, whether it is related to your business or not, you just need to pay the GST under reverse charge mechanism. Also, we have covered a specific golden rule, golden principle, that is bifurcation of supply into goods and services. Based on that, we have to decide the HSN code and SSC code. Whenever there will be a title transfer, the same will be treated as supply of goods. Whenever there will be a right to use transfer, the same will be treated as supply of services. Now, today, we'll go for a detailed discussion related to supply of goods and supply of services, and also we'll take multiple examples. I know 3 to 4 questions are pending from our last session. So in our today's discussion, everything will cover. Okay. So first of all, just go through करते हैं जो मैंने schedule number 1 discuss किया था. The same is given in the book or not. Just will ensure. So this is our schedule number 1. And in that schedule number, first entry is permanent transfer or disposal of business assets. Okay. But whenever there will be a transfer as a going concern or a independent part or on slum sale basis, then yes, the same will not be treated as supply if not for consideration. Second, supply of goods or services between related party and distinct person, that is same pen but different GSTN. Same pen but different GSTN. Okay, that is what is the example, that is same pen and different GSTN. Now, sir, we have given certain examples over there. So this is my request to you. You just need to go through with these examples once. And if you have any question related to any example, you can connect with us on WhatsApp or you can comment in the beginning of tomorrow's session so that we can take your queries related to these examples. I am not going to discuss because through our discussion in our last session, we have already covered the examples. Now you just need to go through with these examples and evaluate yourself. And for your kind information, in this specific book, the examples which we have covered, these examples are completely based on multiple AA authority, AAA authority, High Court decisions. So that through the example analysis, you can easily go through with the case studies as well. So these are the case studies which is pending for you and you just need to go through with it. Okay. Related person, yes, GST will be charged, because if there will be a related party, in that case, you may plan. That means taxpayer may plan. Hence, government is saying if there will be any transaction or activity with the related party, yes, the same will be treated as supply. Also, we have covered that is free sample. If the businessman is saying that I am providing it as a free sample and not taking any consideration for this sample, then also yes, GST will be applicable unless and until you have not claimed the input tax credit. That means you have bought certain products and you are providing as a free sample, and if you have not claimed the input tax credit on the purchase of that sample, then it is completely okay. Then no need to pay the output. But on free sample, if you have claimed the input tax credit, then definitely you have to pay the output tax on that free supply. That means whenever we go through with the financial statements and we found any expenditure related to free samples, sample, marketing, advertisement expenditure, then we just need to check there is an involvement of any sample in that head, or if free sample is there, in that case we have to check that the input tax credit has been claimed by the taxpayer or not, or if input tax credit has been claimed, in such a scenario we need to go for the payment of taxes. Fringe benefits to employees, that fringe benefits are due to employer employee relationship, am I right? Without employer employee relationship, there will be no fringe benefits available. That means these fringe benefits are available due to that employer employee relationship. Hence, no GST will be applicable, because in case of employer and employee, that will be treated as neither supply of goods nor supply of services. Why? We'll discuss with reason at the time of our discussion on schedule number 3. So just wait. Now, next point, supply of goods between principal and agent. We have already covered that yes, the same will be treated as supply. Now, we also need to know the types of agents which is available in market. So in market, there are two types of agents are available. One is C&F agent, that is carrying and forwarding agent, and another is our commission agent. So what is the difference between the C&F agent and the commission agent? That is what is the question. Suppose I am a trader and I have certain agents in different states. Suppose I am in Jodhpur, Rajasthan. I have one agent is at Gujarat, another agent is at Maharashtra. I am saying to my Gujarat agent that Mr. Agent, I will transfer you the goods. You just need to hold that goods with you and you just need to sell the same in the market. That type of agent will be called as C&F agent. That means that agent is going to hold your stock and then after sell the same in the market. That is called as C&F agent. Suppose I have another agent who is at Maharashtra. That agent is just call me and say that Mr. Principal, there is one deal at Maharashtra and you just need to supply the goods to that particular person. I am just going to provide the connection of that particular person and I am placing the order on behalf of that person. So that person, that means that agent is just going to collect the orders and that person is going to charge certain commission for that. Okay. No inventory has been handled by that particular person. That person is just going to charge the commission for the sales order. That is called as commission agent. That is called as commission agent, and GST will be applicable on that commission only. That means in case of commission agent, if the amount of commission exceeded the specific limit, that is 10 lakh, 20 lakh, 40 lakh, in that case, yes, GST is required. But in case of C&F agent, if that person is going to hold the inventory, that means that person is going to hold the inventory in huge quantum. So every sale will be treated as the turnover for the agent. Accordingly, GST is required. But in case of commission agent, the complete sale will not be the part of turnover for that agent. Only the commission amount will be the part of turnover. Sir, the difference between the C&F agent and commission agent is okay for you? Because this is also a very important concept. Just confirm me once. Now, commission agent, C and F agent. Okay. Suppose I am the principal. I am at Jodhpur. Okay. I am transferring a goods. I am transferring a goods to Mr. X. Okay. Who is at Telangana. Okay. I am transferring the goods to Mr. X and Mr. X is going to sell the same in the domestic market. In such a scenario, Mr. X is holding the inventory on behalf of me, and then after that person is going to sell the product in the market. That type of agent is called as C and F agent. That means that Mr. X is called as the C and F carrying and forwarding agent. In such a scenario, how will decide the liability to take the GST registration in case of Mr. X based on the inventory which is old or based on the transaction? That means suppose Mr. X says sale 20 lakh rupees goods, 50 lakh rupees goods, 100 lakh rupees goods. So based on that quantum, the GST and requirement should be decided. But in next example, suppose I am in Jodhpur, Rajasthan. There is one person who is at Mumbai. That person is going to provide me one deal of suppose 20 lakh rupees. And that person is saying 1% will be my commission. Okay. That is 20,000 will be the commission of that Mr. person, Mr. Agent. In such a scenario, for Mr. Agent, the GST and requirement will be decided when the commission amount exceeded 10 lakh, 20 lakh, 40 lakh rupees. Now, is that okay for everyone? 10 lakh, 20 lakh, 40 lakh is the registration limit. I think now the concept is okay for everyone. Yes, if the person is going to hold the inventory with him, in such a scenario, just need to keep this thing in your mind. Suppose principal is here, there is one person who is agent, okay, and that person is holding the inventory. That person is holding the inventory on behalf of Mr. Principal, and the invoice has been generated by Mr. Principal. In such a scenario, first thing, Mr. Principal has to declare that place as the additional place of business. Is that okay? That person has to declare the address as the additional place of business, and also the principal, when the principal is going to transfer the goods to that agent. In such a scenario, if both are in the different state, in that case also the same will be treated as transfer. And for that transfer, that means to transfer in another branch, yes, there is requirement to show the same to pay the GST. Okay. And for another state, for this place also there is requirement to take the GSTN. So automatically, conclusively, you can say in case of different state, there is requirement to pay the GST on different transaction on the different layers, you can say. But if it is in the same state, that means Rajasthan. In such a scenario, yes, principal may declare the same and additional place of business. Okay. I think this example is okay, Mahendra sir. Different state, in that case, yes, you can transfer at your transfer price. There may be chances that you are not transferring the same at the market price. You may transfer below the market price. That is also okay. When we'll discuss the rules, at that time we'll discuss the specific rule regarding that, rule number 29 of GST rule. Okay, at that time we'll discuss the margin and everything. Is that okay, Deepak sir? We'll discuss Mahendra sir, pure agent concept. Definitely, we'll discuss. Yes, yes, Deepak sir, when we'll discuss the valuation rules, at that time it will be clear in your brain that you may transfer to your branch at a normal price or below the normal price. Okay, there is certain thing. Registered taxpayer in Karnataka having the commercial property at Tamil Nadu. So you are providing that commercial property on rent. In such a scenario, yes, IGST will be charged. Okay. When we'll discuss the place of supply related provisions, then we have the immobile property related considerations for the determination of place of supply, and we have a specific chart on that. When we'll discuss, it will be very much clear in your mind related to the place of supply determination. Okay. For now, yes, IGST. Yes, that person will be responsible for the stock and logistics, but yes, the same will be dependent on the agreement. Now, sir, in case suppose a commission agent who is dealing in only the agricultural produce, in that case, the question is that whether GST will be applicable or not. So, as we all know that the agricultural produce is completely exempted. Okay, so when the principal product is exempted, in that case, if someone is dealing in the exclusively exempted product, and due to that this commission is there, then no GST on that type of commission. That is what is also an example, which is also relevant. Now there is one commission agent is there, that is Dell Crater Commission Agent. The Dell Crater Commission Agent is just like a commission agent, but that person is going to provide the guarantee for the amount. Okay, एक तो हो गया कि yes, I am going to provide this deal, I will charge a 10% of commission, and remaining everything will be depend on you. And the other type of agent who is going to take the commission, suppose 12%, and that person is going to provide the additional guarantee for the amount. That is called as Dell Crater Commission, Dell Crater Agent. So that is what is certain examples related to the agent and principal. A Dell Crater agent is just like a commission agent. The difference is that that person is going to provide the guarantee that if the buyer is not going to make the payment, I will make the payment. And for that purpose, yes, Ganesh sir, he is charging certain additional amount of commission. Okay. Why I am taking these examples? The purpose of these examples is to provide the clarity related to the different scenarios which is available in the market. Okay. So I think you all are getting the concept, you all are getting the points. Okay. And one more important thing. On this 26th of March, we have a very special workshop on the internal health checkup of the client. Okay. From GST perspective. So I request you all, those who are watching on Zoom, those who are watching on YouTube, just join that workshop for 1 hour. It will be very great experience for all of you related to a additional service which we can provide to our clients. Okay. The registration link will be shared in your WhatsApp. No further question related to that. Now, sir, Dell Creator Commission Agent, in that case also, if the commission amount exceeded the specific limit to take the GST registration, in that case also the registration is required. Donation without condition, yes, exempted. But if there will be involvement of a condition with your donation, in such a scenario, that condition will be treated as the consideration. Hence, GST will be applicable. Condition is equal to consideration, and yes, GST will be applicable. And import of services from a person who is outside India without consideration, but in the course or furtherance of business, yes, the GST is applicable. Now we have these examples: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 14. I request everyone just mark it as HW. Sir, we can do. पहले हम लोग स्कूल में थे ना तो करते थे homework, and these all things, these 13 examples are homework for you. You just need to go through with these examples, and if you found any issue, you can connect with me. Not an issue. Why I am providing these examples to you? So that it will be a practical exercise, because this book is completely based on practical approach. Now, in schedule number second, we have covered in our last session. Yes, Dhanpal sir, this is the GST threshold limit. Now, in our last session, we have covered the bifurcation as supply of goods, as supply of services. Okay. So we have covered a specific concept that whenever there will be a title transfer, the sum will be treated as supply of goods, or whenever there will be a right to use transfer, the same will be treated as supply of services. Now we'll deeply discuss certain terms related to this schedule. Ganeshan sir, yes. No comments from my side. Okay. Because there are certain people are also there, they are going for the donation without any consideration. Okay, I think we all are doing sometime certain donations without any condition. That is maybe possible, but yes, planning public platform. Yes, schedule number second, activities or transactions, supply of goods or services. So the first thing, whenever there will be a title transfer, the same will be treated as supply of goods. Whenever there will be a right to use transfer, that is renting, operating, the same will be treated as supply of services. Operating lease, financial lease, we have done. Related to land and building, sir, last day, that means in our previous session, there was one question that in case of land lease, whether GST will be applicable or not. Whether the GST will be applicable or not. So that means whether the same will be treated as supply of goods or services. Now, sir, we'll take the questions after 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, we'll cover certain concepts, then we'll take the questions. So, land and building. In case of lease related to land, that will be treated as supply of services, and yes, GST will be applicable in case of lease. Sir, मैंने हायर परचेज छोटा है, there is one logic. Okay, we'll discuss. Treatment and process. Whenever we are sending any goods for the treatment and process, in such a scenario, the same will be treated as supply of service. Yes, if the lease is 30 year or more, in that case also, yes, GST will be applicable. When we'll cover our discussion on the reverse charge mechanism, section 9, subsection 3, at that time we'll cover that type of transaction as well, from the government entity perspective and normal person perspective. Okay. So Mohan sir, you can mark this question. It will be clear at the time of our discussion on 9, subsection 3. Rajkumar sir, yes, will look your query and respond you very soon. Okay, just after 10 to 15 minutes. Transfer of a business assets. Suppose, just go through with the language, where goods forming part of assets of a business are transferred or disposed of by under the direction of person carrying on the business, no longer form part of that asset. Yes, the same will be treated as supply of goods, because this is a transfer of business asset. But suppose if there is one car which is there in the business, and that businessman is going to provide that car to one employee just to use. then it will be treated as supply of services, because that owner is just going to provide it to use the car. That person is not going to transfer the complete title. Or suppose a businessman who is doing the business, and during that particular tenure that person ceases to do the business, that means this person is going to discontinue the business, that is also called as the supply of goods. Now, there are certain examples related to supply of services. One is renting of immobile property. I have one building and I am going to provide that building to someone else to use for a limited amount of time. That is called as rent. Okay. In case of construction, that is also treated as supply of services. As we all know, construction के case में there will be involvement of labor, there will be involvement of material, there will be involvement of the architecture. So multiple things are there, but prima facie it will be treated as supply of services. Okay. So for now, you just need to keep one thing in your mind, that is construction is equal to supply of service. Don't read the language after this. This language you should not read, because we'll discuss the construction industry separately, and at that time we'll give you the detailed discussion, detailed idea. अभी मैं इसलिए नहीं बताना चाहता हूं, because if I am going to share these things now, in that case it will be quite complicated. But when we'll complete the complete discussion on the time of supply, place of supply, value of supply from different aspects, after that we'll cover the specific industry. Immobile property, construction, supply of services. Now, last day one question was there, sir, trademark, supply of goods or supply of services? So the answer is here. Trademark, patent, copyright, supply of services. But they have used one line, a specific line, that is temporary transfer or permitting the use or enjoyment for 10 years, for 15 years, for 20 years. After that, you have to go for the renewal. That is called as supply of service. But suppose if the IPR, what do you mean by IPR? Intellectual property rights. For your information, the trademark, patent, copyright are the part of that IPR only, intellectual property rights. So in that case, yes, if the IPR is transferred for a limited amount of time, that is temporary transfer, that will be called as the supply of services. And if the IPR is going to transfer for permanently, that is called as supply of goods. Supply of development, design, programming, customization, that is called as the supply of services. But suppose if any software is going to provide through the DVD, CD drive, pen drive, the same will be treated as supply of goods, because it is supplied in the physical form. Suppose I am an employee of Batu Consultancy and Networking Private Limited, and there is one clause in my employment agreement that if I am going to leave that firm, I have to provide a 3-month notice period. And if I am going to break that notice period, that means if I am going to leave from the job before 3 months, before without serving the notice period, in such a scenario, I have to pay amount of 5 lakh rupees. And if I am going to pay that amount for the notice pay violation, that will be treated as supply of service, and company has to make the payment of GST on that. Transfer of the right to use any goods or goods for any purpose, the same will be treated as supply of services. And sir, composite supply, that means in case of composite, as the name suggests, there will be involvement of two type of supply. One will be goods, another will be supply of service. But prima facie it will be treated as supply of services. First example, works contract. Second example, restaurant services. Because in restaurant, whenever we are going to CCT or any other restaurant at that time, we are enjoying the atmosphere. We are enjoying the services provided by the restaurant. We are also enjoying the food which has been provided by the restaurant. That means restaurant is providing the food as well as the services. So it will be a composite supply. We'll discuss in a very detailed way about the composite and mixed supply as well. One topic, priority sector lending certificate, skip किया है, The reason being will cover at the time of our discussion on section number 9, subsection 3. I also request everyone, whenever I am going to skip something, and if I am saying that yes, we'll discuss later on, mark it as a skip. So 45th day, you can say that, sir, you have not covered it. Cover it right now. After that, you can conclude the course. Okay. Now, schedule number first, schedule number second is okay for everyone. Sir, just confirm me once. Are you enjoying? 30 minutes हो गए, कुछ बोरिंग तो नहीं है? Rajkumar sir, your question like commission agent is at US and commission made by the tripper to US for taking the services related to something. So that will be treated as a supply of services, that is export or import. So you are paying the amount to that particular person, that is commission agent. So that will be import of services. You have taken the services from him. So in that case, you have to pay the reverse charge mechanism. Sir, Rajendra sir, composite supply will definitely discuss in a very detailed way, okay, in a very detailed way. Rajkumar sir, can you wait for 4 to 5 days? If this is not your exact query related to your current scenario, in that case, you can wait for 4 to 5 days when we'll discuss the place of supply in case of import and export. We'll discuss in a very detailed way. And yes, if you require the suggestion right now related to a personal query, just ping me over WhatsApp, will guide you. Okay. Because now if I will provide you direct answer, in that case, maja nahi aayega, because I just want to share with you with logics with a lot of things. Okay, we have specific section number 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 of place of supply IGST Act. We'll discuss in a very detailed way. Your satisfaction is on priority, sir. I have received only comment from 4 to 5 participants. Others are not enjoying the session. Are you not getting the point? Thank you, sir. Now, let's start our discussion on schedule number 3, that is neither supply of goods nor supply of services. There are certain activity or transaction. There are certain activities or transaction on which there are certain activity or transaction which will be treated as neither supply of goods nor supply of services. That means no question of applicability of GST on that particular transaction or activities. उस पर कोई भी जीएसटी वहां पर नहीं लगेगा. You can say this is considered as a negative list. Okay. Now, because in last session someone has said the same related to the negative list, so yes, you can treat it as a negative list. Now, first thing, sir, salary पे GST लगता है? No. Whenever we are finding the salary term in the profit and loss account, we are saying that no GST is applicable on that particular salary. Why? Due to employer-employee relationship. Due to employer-employee relationship, no GST will be applicable because they have covered this specific type of transaction. They have covered this specific type of transaction in schedule number 3. Sir, have you any idea about two terms? One is contract for service. Another is contract of service. Have you any idea about these two terms? Contract for service or contract of service. If you have idea, you can put it yes. If no idea, then you can put it no. Now let's discuss, because these two terms are very important to decide the employer employee relationship. Because जब तक मुझे ये पता नहीं होगा what do you mean by the employee employer relationship, I will not be in a situation to decide the applicability of GST on that transaction or not. Okay, now contract for service, contract of service. You have taken this GST comprehensive course. Okay, you all have taken this GST comprehensive course and paid the amount to me. Just for an example, okay, you have paid the amount to me. Yes, Asaji, you are right. You have paid the amount to me. In such a scenario, there is a contract for service. I am not your employee. There is a principal to principal. You are also principal because you have paid the amount to me, and I am also principal because I am providing the services to you for that particular amount. So that will be called as contract for service. Or whenever these type of transactions, then the GST will be applicable. Like the professional fees, when we are filing the return of our client, then our client is also principal, we are also principal. So that is called as contract for service. Or whenever there will be a transaction like a contract for service, yes, GST applicable. Multiple times we are involved in the drafting. While drafting the contract, if we have used certain specific type of language, so that language, if it is reflected that there is a contract of service or contract for service, it is completely dependent on the drafting. So we need to be very much careful from that perspective as well. Another point, contract of service. In case of contract of service, I need to follow the instruction of my principal. That means employer is your principal and you are just doing the work for him. जैसा वो बोलेगा वैसा आपको करना है. But in case of contract for service, आप लोगों ने बोला सर इस टॉपिक को पढ़ाना है, मैं भी बोलूंगा इस टॉपिक को मैं कल पढ़ाऊंगा, इस टॉपिक को 5 दिन बाद डिस्कस करेंगे. That is called as contract for service. Okay, both are principal. And contract of service, one is principal, other is the employee. So for determination of applicability of GST, we just need to focus on these two specific terms. Now, yes, employer-employee relationship, if there will be any amount which has been paid by the employer to the employee, no GST applicable now. The question is that if the employer is going to provide any gift to employee, in that case, up to 50,000 rupees, the gift is treated as exempted. But if the gift value exceeded 50,000 rupees, then GST will be applicable. Otherwise क्या होगा, आप सैलरी ट्रांसफर कर रहे हो ड्यू टू एम्प्लॉयर एम्प्लॉय रिलेशनशिप, कंप्लीटली ओके, कितना भी पे करो, नो इश्यू. But if there will be involvement of gift in such a scenario, government has imposed one restriction. Because if government is not going to, yes, if government is not going to impose that restriction, in such a scenario, the taxpayer may transfer a lot of amount and may go for the planning. From that perspective, government has come up with this type of restriction. Yes, employee versus freelancer is an example. You can say contract of service and contract for service respectively. So this is the one thing which is there in the negative list. You can say employer-employee relationship. Second, we have the government, and our government is the highest authority. Whenever a person who is holding the post in the Constitution of India, and if that person is going to provide any services or goods, that will be treated as neither supply of goods nor supply of services. Whether it is a member of parliament, whether it is a panchayat samiti, municipal corporation, whether you're any person who is holding the post in the Constitution of India, whether governmental entity, governmental authority. So basically, for no confusion, I can say government. Okay, neither supply of goods nor supply of services. Third thing, land. Government is saying whenever there will be a supply of land, the same will be treated as neither supply of goods nor supply of services. That is no question of applicability of GST. Now, sir, there is one issue. Now, in case of land, suppose someone has a building and that person is going to transfer that building. In such a scenario, as we all know that the building includes land, then whether GST will be applicable or not. So for that purpose, we have to go for the bifurcation of the land value, or we have to calculate the value of land. So that suppose someone has transferred the building for 1 crore rupees. In that case, we have to calculate the value of land. Suppose the value of land is 30 lakh rupees and GST will be applicable on 70 lakh rupees. Now, a specific rule is very famous. That is, whenever there will be a sale of building, in that case, 1/3 of the total value will be treated as value of building. For remaining 2/3, you just need to make the payment of GST. That means 1/3 is for the land, sorry. And the remaining 2/3, you have to make the payment of GST. That is what is the thing which is there in market. But sir, for your kind information, I just want to say that 2/3 and 1/3 is only applicable when there will be no any other guideline is available. Suppose you have sold a particular building in a specific state, and for that state, if a specific guideline is available, if a specific guideline is available, in such a scenario, you have to decide the value of land according to that guideline. But if no guideline is available, in such a scenario, you can take 1/3 value as a value of land and no GST required on that. Conclusively, you can say that land is treated as neither supply of goods nor supply of services. But whenever there will be a building, in such a scenario, you have to bifurcate the portion of land and the building. So for that purpose, if no any guideline is available, in that case, 1/3 of the total value will be treated as value of land. The remaining amount will be chargeable to GST for the building. So rate of GST will discuss at the time of our rate notification discussion. Okay. Now you just need to keep one thing in your mind, that yes, land neither supply of goods nor supply of services. Land development expenditure, whether GST applicable or not. Just wait for 2 to 3 days, sir. Is that okay, Suresh sir? Now you just need to keep one thing in your mind, that land, whether GST applicable or not. Okay. Land development charges, sewerage, everything will cover. Okay. Just keep this question in your mind. And I request everyone, when you are asking the question, just keep your question in the notebook, so that अगर मैं कोई question मेरे दिमाग से slip हो जाए, in that case you are here to recall that question. That is what is your responsibility. जैसे in our last session we have one question related to land lease. We have already covered that question, land lease. We have one question related to trademark. We have covered that trademark related question. SIM card related question is still pending. We'll cover. Okay, at right time. So although I am trying, when you are asking any question, I am also going to note down that question, so that I am also thinking that I should not skip a single question from your side. Okay. So I am also going to write something from your end. Now, land done. Employer-employee relationship done. Governmental entity agency done. Now, government is saying, in case of funeral and related activity, that is the last thing of that particular person, and we are not going to charge any GST on that. So funeral and related activities, no GST applicable. That is covered as neither supply of goods nor supply of services at the last respect from government. Okay. Now, next, इस टॉपिक को ज्यादा पढ़ नहीं देता है. Now next, sir, high C sales. What do you mean by this high C sales? Yes. Kamlesh will take your query first. Employer employee. Employer is paying, employer is paying the amount, employer is paying the amount to employee. Okay. Due to contract of service. Okay. And employee is getting that amount. Employee is not liable to make the payment of GST because due to employer-employee relationship. But in case of sir notice period violation, employee is going to make the payment to the employer. That is the first thing. Okay, and that notice pay violation is not due to employer-employee relationship because now there is no any relationship like employer-employee. अब तो आप उस जॉब को छोड़ रहे हो और you are lefting that job without the specific timeline. Hence, you have to pay a compensation. Hence, GST will be applicable as treated as supply of service. I think Kamlesh ji, is that okay? Akshay sir, tribunal or high court, what do you mean by this? Any services provided by the tribunal? Yes, no GST. Yes, definitely, Mahendra sir. What I am saying that if you have the actual value as per the state guideline, in that case you can take that value. There is no compulsion to take the one third of the value. Now, high C sales, direct remuneration, sir. Akshay sir, direct remuneration will discuss definitely. It will be a part of salary or not. It will be treated as sitting fees. It will be a service. Whatever will be thing, we'll discuss. Okay. जब आप कोई क्वेश्चन पूछते हो ना, आई एम ट्राइंग टू ऐड 2 to 3 क्वेश्चंस विद दैट. ओके, सो दैट it will enhance your curiosity about that particular point. That is what is the purpose. Now, next point. High C sales. That is, suppose one person is at Germany, another person is at Dubai, and if the Germany person is going to transfer something to Dubai person on the instruction of Indian, I am here, I am going to buy one product from the Germany, and I am saying that transfer this product to Dubai. In that case, the goods has not been received to the Indian territory. That is called as high C sales, and that will also be treated as neither supply of goods nor supply of services. You can say if the goods is not entered in the Indian custom territory, in that case, that will be treated as neither supply of goods nor supply of services. That is called as high C sales. Now, next, very important. High C sales done. Next thing, sir, whenever we are going to import something, in that case, that goods, first of all, that goods is going to be stored. First of all, that goods is going to be stored in the custom bonded warehouse. Okay. Am I right? Whenever we are going to import something, first that goods is coming to the custom bonded warehouse. From that custom bonded warehouse, suppose that goods has been received to the custom bonded warehouse which is situated at Gandhi Dham, Kutch. Okay. Gandhi Dham, there is a custom bonded warehouse, that is Kutch. Okay. That goods is stored in that custom bonded warehouse, and from that one warehouse, if they shift this goods from one custom bonded warehouse to another custom bonded warehouse, you can say Delhi custom bonded warehouse. So the movement from one custom bonded warehouse to another custom bonded warehouse without supply for the domestic sales or without domestic clearance, the same will be treated as neither supply of goods nor supply of services. No, sir, no. The same, Mohan sir, the same will be treated as neither supply of goods nor supply of services, no GST applicable. Bond sales to custom bonded warehouse, that is called as custom bonded warehouse. That warehouse is specifically designed for the custom department. Whenever there will be a goods, in such a scenario, the goods is just going to be issued to the custom bonded warehouse, and before clearance for the home consumption, if there will be a movement of goods, the same will be treated as neither supply of goods nor supply of services. If government is not going to insert this clause, in such a scenario, there may be certain issues, so that every transaction पे GST लग जाएगा. For that purpose they have inserted the same. Okay, now just go through with our work. Employer employee relationship, tribunal, any court, services provided by assessor, functions, member of parliament, member of state, constitution in the capacity, chairperson, member of body established by the central government. In this situation, no GST. Services of funeral and related activities, sale of land, no GST. Actionable claims, no GST. Okay, neither supply of goods nor supply of services. But in case of lottery, betting, and gaming, yes, GST applicable. Okay, we'll discuss that lottery, betting, and gaming in a very detailed way when we'll discuss the valuation part. Okay. Now, supply of goods from a place in non-taxable territory to another non-taxable territory without such goods entering into India, the same will be treated as neither supply of goods nor supply of services. Salary to partner, remuneration to partner is not at all taxable. Okay. Now, there are certain examples. Okay, there are certain examples. Yes, sir. Actionable claim, please keep it pending. We'll discuss. Okay. Because there is a relation with the valuation, so we'll discuss at that time. These examples is the homework for all of you. So you just need to go through with these examples. For next 2 to 3 days, I am going to share with you multiple examples as for your discussion. Okay. Okay. If you are checking with the new book, okay, the PDF file is old. If you will check the new book, okay, which you have received, in that case, government has inserted one specific clause, and through that clause, they have also inserted two more transactions. Okay, if you have the new book, as I know, you all have the new books only. So, government has inserted one specific thing through the 55th GST Council meeting in the budget 2025 as well, and through that particular change, government said that if there will be transaction between the says, yes, Sunil sir, your book is pending, I know. Those who are from our GST comprehensive course batch second, books are pending, I know very well. Okay, we will receive it very soon because you all are our family members. Okay, so आपको तो लेट भी चलेगा. स्पेशल इकोनॉमिक जोन और फ्री ट्रेड वेयरहाउस जोन, if there will be any supply between the special economic zone and free trade warehousing zone, in that case also government said that these transactions will be treated as neither supply of goods nor supply of services. That means if there will be any transaction from one special economic zone to another special economic zone, one free trade warehousing zone to another free trade warehousing zone, then yes, the same will be treated as neither supply of goods nor supply of services. So if your client is a special economic zone and that zone is going to transfer any goods to another special economic zone, no question of GST now onwards. That is neither supply of goods nor supply of services. And same applicable in case of free trade warehousing zone, clause number A8AA. That is what is the thing which has been inserted by the government. Now, we have covered the specific point. We have covered the specific point related to the schedule number second, that is supply of goods and supply of services. We have also covered the specific points related to neither supply of goods nor supply of services. So long-term lease will be treated as renting only. It will not be treated as a sale of land because you are not supposed to transfer the title. But if that lead, if in that particular case, if you are transferring that particular property for whole economic life, in that case, yes, the same will be treated as supply of goods because it will be as good as the supply of goods. Yes, it will be treated as sale. That will be my financial lease. Yes, exactly. For 99 years, for 30 plus years, will specifically discuss at the time of our discussion on the reverse charge mechanism from the renting perspective, from the land perspective, from the promoter perspective. Okay, all these things will cover at the time of our discussion on this specific table. मुझे नहीं लगता will complete this course in 45 days. It will take around 50 to 60 days. So you all are ready for that? We'll charge extra for that. Now also ready. Deepak sir will check and will let you know. No need to pay, sir. Yes, Rajkumar sir. Yes, yes, yes. No, no need to pay anything. We'll cover everything in this particular course. Now, I think time is also over. Yes, yes, Ravi sir, exactly. So I am coming to Karnataka, Mysore. Yes, definitely. आप invite तो करो. We are ready to come. Now, sir, in our today's session, we have covered the schedule number second and schedule number third of CGST Act. Successor is saying contract for service now becoming contract of service. Yes. So in our next session, we'll start our discussion because today I don't want to start the composite and mixed supply because we have just 2 to 3 minutes and we have instructions from the participant that I have to conclude the session by 8:59 itself. So yes, tomorrow we'll start our discussion on the composite and mixed supply, and also tomorrow we'll discuss the section number 9, that is charging section, because from Monday we have to move to the reverse charge mechanism. We have to take the land related queries and multiple things in this particular course. Okay, so sir, be ready for the composite and mixed supply. We have a lot of examples, and also I request everyone, those examples which I have given to you for today, those examples which I have given to you for today, read as a homework. In that case, you can complete it by today. Also, you have a leave on Saturday and Sunday, so you can go through with that example on that day. Okay, and if you found any query, in that case, you can comment in the WhatsApp itself, or we may plan a 15 to 20 minute session for the examples related query itself, definitely on Saturday and Sunday, if you all permit. Why I am saying this? So that our regular classes will be in a regular way, we can complete the content on time, and on Saturday and Sunday we can go for extra class 15 to 20 minutes just for question and answers related to examples only, as per your convenience. Okay, that is completely dependent on you. So thank you for joining, thank you for listening. Yes, yes, definitely not an issue. Thank you once again for joining with us. On 26th we have a specific session, so I request everyone, please go with that. Section number 7, yes, just go with that for 2 minutes. Those who want to leave, they can leave. Those who are here, we can go for recap. Section number 7, S for 7, S for supply. Supply includes sale, exchange, barter, transfer, lease, rental, disposal, agreed to be disposal. Two important terms. One is for a consideration, another is in the course or furtherance of business. In the course or furtherance of business and for a consideration. Suppose if no consideration, in that case also we have four specific things which is treated as supply. One is transfer of business assets or disposal of business assets. Second, principal to agent. Third, distinct person related party. Fourth, import of service. But in case of business assets, that is transfer of business assets, if transferred as a going concern, or if slum sale basis, or in case of a single independent unit transfer, no need to pay the GST. Okay, now we have also covered the schedule number second, that is supply of goods or services, that is bifurcation, and which is very relevant because we also need to go for the HSN and SSC code bifurcation. So supply of goods and supply of services. If title transfer, supply of goods. If right to use transfer, supply of services. Financial lease, operating lease, we have done with that. Composite supply, your works contract or your restaurant related services. Your construction is a supply of services. Definitely we have covered this. Neither supply of goods nor supply of services. Schedule number 3, no question of GST, that is employer employer relationship. Contract for service, contract of service आपको याद रहेगा. Then after we have covered the specific thing related to funeral and related activities, and the person who is holding the post in the Constitution of India or governmental entity or court or tribunal providing the services. Neither supply of goods nor supply of services. Land 1/3 is not compulsory if a specific thing is available. High sea sales, free trade warehousing zone, special economic zone, or supply in the custom bonded warehouse. All these things is covered as a neither supply of goods nor supply of services. Thank you very much for your learning and for your interest. Thank you, everyone. We'll meet tomorrow sharp at 8 p.m. And also, I request everyone today, as we have completed the sixth day of this GST comprehensive course, so my team will share with you one feedback form. So I request everyone just go on that feedback and provide your review by today itself. Thank you, everyone. Once again, tomorrow we'll meet sharp at 8 p.m. Thank you. Bye bye. Any query, you can WhatsApp as well.